Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna go mute for a second just to clear my throat, but
All right,
keep
that's
going.
fine. Well, we're back in God of War. Do 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 do. I have to learn the
Oh, okay.
controls.
No one needed to hear that. That was
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's very important.
But yes, where did we leave off in this?
We are leaving Elfheim now. We just got the light of Elfheim, and now we have to leave.
Oh yeah, we're killing those things that look like those guys from that one movie.
Yeah,
I can't think of any of it.
He's gonna carry
Uh,
that everywhere.
I remember there's one with like bad flying fairy guys. They're
yeah.
buggy
Whoa!
too.
The blue door that's not a door.
Was that Thumbelina?
But
No, that wasn't Thumbelina.
I was about to
Thumbelina
say I
had,
don't
I think,
remember it being
bugs.
Thumbelina.
I think Thumbelina had like full-on bugs. But there's like another one that they're like more,
Do do do. Oh,
and it was CG'd.
before we started recording, you brought up fucking polar bears and
Penguins?
penguins. Yes. Do
Yeah.
you know? Do you know of a board? I've been looking for it for fucking ever, and I can't fucking find it. There is a board game that requires you to take a polar bear and move it. Like, you take your polar bear and you move it around the board, and the other players are penguins, and their objective is to avoid you. And it doesn't end until either the polar bear like lands on a certain space, or all the penguins are gone. And I can't fucking find it.
I can think of something more simpler that's, and I'm just gonna say because it's similar.
just get out of here.
There's one that was called like Icebreaker.
You take a
Uh,
hammer. Yeah, I found that one, but this is not what I'm talking. This is completely different.
okay.
There was another. I can't remember what it's called now, but I found something similar, but it's not what I remember. Like, you don't play it like how I remember it.
Mm.
And the only reason why I'm talking about this is because I get to fucking bring up when I between the ages of between my birth and the age of 7, I lived at a certain trailer park.
What does this mean?
I lived at a different neighborhood than I do now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we had these Laotians behind us. And I fucking stayed the night. I was going to stay the night over at their house for one night, one time, and I fucking left the board game over there, and I was just never going to get it back, because I hate to fucking say they were a bad example for Laotians.
I mean, I the only Laotian I can think of is it's fucking King of the Hill.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Oh, he might not even be Laotian. He might have been something else.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, they're Cambodian. They were fucking Cambodian. My bad. My bad. They were
I
Cambodians.
mean, it pretty close area. I mean, they're all around the same area.
Yeah. So
South Asia,
they were like the worst example for, like, if your
Southeastern Asia.
dog or cat or your animal got out, you're not seeing it again, because they legitly fucking took your dog and ate it.
That's more of a yeah. That's I'm trying to think.
How do I do
'Cause
this?
I don't know. I don't know enough about
I
Cambodians.
probably. But yeah, and they were so fucking filthy. I just remember I was going. It was the one time I was gonna stay the night there, and I just remember fucking just breaking down in tears, because they said I had to sleep on the couch that was covered in cockroaches and shit. Like, I was not doing that.
Ooh.
Like, it
Just
was
enjoy
just,
the protein. That's called a midnight snack.
It was like, I'm not even exaggerating. It was like their walls it was hard to tell what color walls they fucking had because of the sheer amount of fucking bugs just everywhere, dude.
Mhm. Whoa!
Oh, I forgot about these guys.
Ghosts.
They're light elves, but okay.
Look at them. Tell me that they're not ghosts.
I
Why do
guess
they
you could say
float
that.
so ghostly?
Did we already fight the boss?
So wait, did we just help those guys?
I think so.
Was that a good thing?
Um,
Or were they just like ignoring us?
they kind of put it up in the air. They kind of lead you. They kind of let you decide that on your own. To be honest.
Huh. I'm just trying to understand the relationship with them and the Dark Elves.
Oh well,
The
they're
enemies?
yeah, they're enemies, and the Dark Elves was invading.
Okay. I just haven't really seen. Maybe I did, and it was like a little while back. I
Yeah,
just wasn't
they
seeing
attacked.
Light Elves
They
fighting.
attacked some.
Okay.
What the fuck do I do now? I don't remember this at all.
You need some sort of lever, it seems.
I do not remember this whatsoever. What the fuck?
I'd guess throw the axe at the gear.
No, I
And then you
can't
probably have to
access
do
the
something.
gears.
Oh,
The
you need
gears
two
are.
things.
Oh wait. Maybe I should follow the compass. Maybe that will help.
We really gotta go back down here again?
Do you see any
The
other way?
compass.
Then
I forgot that the witch
You
gave
have
us that
permission to
compass.
come. She gave you permission to come.
Can you guess what goddess the witch is?
What goddess the witches?
Yeah, she's a certain goddess
it-
of the Norse pantheon that's not really supposed to be given away. It's supposed to be. What are you doing, boy?
I mean, is
There
it?
isn't a way back up from here, you know.
I mean, when I think of goddesses of magic, I mean, I know Freya is basically like the goddess almost of everything.
Okay.
I feel like that's too basic of an answer.
Well,
I usually don't know many of the other goddesses of the Norse.
you hit it.
Honestly.
You hit it. There. It's hard to, because they're not really it's hard to say because there's not really a specific god of war. The Aesir are gods of war, if that makes sense. And the Vanir are gods of
Okay.
nature. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Don't they fight each other sometimes?
yeah, and actually Freya's and Odin's marriage is actually a truce between the Vanir and the Aesir.
Okay, isn't that how like Tyr got usurped? When it like
I don't think that's how he got
Odin's
usurped.
clan taken over. Okay.
Tyr never got usurped. But he's the god of victory.
Yeah. Well, I just know that he used to be the main god. I just didn't know if they incorporated that in their canon, like with like Marduk and stuff. Because I know the Babylonians incorporated that type of shit.
They didn't
And it
make
almost
him
seemed
a
like it
main
was-
god, but they made him a very important god in this. In general, I mean.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because being the god of victory is kind of a big deal.
I would think so.
God, those things are fucking annoying.
The light up so I can see where I'm shooting.
But I know in like
adapt.
he is
Can I?
older than Odin in worship anyway.
Yeah, he's much older. I believe Odin, Tyr, and someone else are the three original that came from the original Jotun that I can't remember the name of right now.
Mm. 'Cause I knew it's like how Anu basically got usurped by Marduk. That seemed to be associated with also like a change in the empire too
Mm.
in Babylon.
But with
They
Norse,
think that
with,
Marduk may have
with
been actually a real guy.
with Norse, Scandinavian, Germanic, like story, it's hard to know which is which because they do change up
Mm.
on depending on the region you're in, and some like
Yeah.
the Celtics and the Druids, their beliefs are pretty much non-existent because they were kind of wiped out because they were more peaceful than the rest, and that's what sad. Unfortunately, if you're peaceful, you're peaceful religion that's mostly war torn, more about war than anything else. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. That's why it's unless you live in a nice isolated place like the Finnish, like the Sami people.
Yeah, they got lucky. They got lucky and they were isolated enough.
And they still got fucked over later, but they could have got even more fucked over.
Oh yeah. What the hell? Nope.
Still almost nearly white genocided, but in a different way, and almost in the way of the Mari.
Yeah. That's actually a real good
A little
example.
less violently. Yeah. So Mari, I mean, it was Hangahika that sort of. It's sort of controversial to say, and I actually wouldn't agree with saying because it's not black and white, and I don't know what would happen if Hangahika didn't do the things he did, or like in the way he did. He basically he he he. I'm trying to think.
Gotcha. I'm letting you. I'm
He
trying to
basically
let you.
made he gave Britain like close ties with the Mari people and like sort of ensured that they weren't going to get invaded
Yeah.
because he let them put churches in New Zealand
I gotcha.
and payment for guns.
Oh, nice.
So he could conquer all of New Zealand.
Fuck yeah. I'm sorry, but
And
that's
that
just
started
being
the
smart.
Musket Wars. Hmm. But funny enough, it said that not a single Mari converted until Hangahika died. They kept their traditions until he died. Out of, I guess, seemed like a respect, or
Yeah.
maybe some type of, or just when Hangahika died, it was the English, his promises didn't need to be kept anymore. They start coming in and be converting hard
Shoot.
because he was still really scary and very pagan.
Well,
Because I mean,
Uh,
he himself said that he was born on the day that the first white people made contact with the Mari people, which was about
I want to get out of here.
I think the timeline actually doesn't follow because I don't think he's right. He just says that he was born on the same day, but
gotcha.
the same day that when the French came and tensions were rising with the Mari people when it started peaceful, and then the Mari cannibalized one of theirs and killed the whole all the French dude except for one, so they could send him back to tell people about it.
Oh man.
Because they have a system called karma, and leaving survivors gives you karma too. It's like a good deed.
It's a good deed or a bad deed?
A good deed.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, it's part of their like ethics of war. But yeah. But he said that he was born on the same day that that happened. So it's like sort of there's sort of like a pagan pride to it seemed.
Gotcha.
But he was totally trying to just use it because it all started because he went to England just as a trip. He was there to meet the king, and he knows he made the note that this king that England only had one king, which New Zealand was divided in a bunch of
Oh,
kings.
this
And he's
is
like, well,
far.
I
This
like
is
that
far
there's
from
only
what I
one
know.
king. Yeah,
I kind
he
of
went over
stopped
there and he's
when
like, oh, England has one king.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so I want there to be one king, and I want it to be me.
Very tricky.
It's a great story. Crazy shit that actually happened. Musket Wars. I mean, Musket Wars. That was like the beginning of it, and it technically wasn't the Musket Wars. The Musket Wars like ramped up like after that.
Here we go.
Thing.
This is what I was waiting for. Oh shit! The fuck?
That was like part one of the Musket Wars.
Yeah, charge form. Oh shit! Sorry, boss fight.
Funny enough, though, Oh, you're all good. Funny enough, though, Hangahika would never become king, and it was one of the villages that he genocided. One of the survivors of it, who would actually become the first king of New Zealand.
Ah.
Yeah. Though still under allegiance to the crown of England.
Gotcha. Yeah, I stopped following
Of course.
English history around the time King Alfred comes into play.
Oh yeah, this was like with Hangahika that was 1800s.
Yeah,
Like the beginning of 1800s.
that's when paganism was even still kind of hard to pin down. Like the people that were saying they were pagan didn't know what they were worshiping really at that time. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. But the Maori were one of the last like untouched, you know, because
Yeah.
they only really had that like that one interaction with the French in like the mid 1700s, and it went bad. So that no one really wanted anything to do with that place. Other than some really crazy evangelists. Otherwise, they're just gonna leave it alone. The French definitely weren't interested
Maybe
anymore.
I should lock on to him.
Or at least for now, they're like, oh, we ain't dealing with that shit right now. I mean, they did come back. They didn't do like a full-on takeover, but they did come back for a revenge attack and wiped out a bunch of Maori with a couple, just like a couple ships too,
Fuck's sake.
as a retaliation. Ooh.
Yeah, this boss fight's kind of giving me some trouble. He's got a different moveset than last time.
Fuck you, Svartal Yofer. I'm sure you're someone in some story, in some Norse legend.
Yeah, he's probably. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the king of the Dark Elves in Norse mythology. I just can't remember right now.
Their Solter, if you will. Their Mir. So I'm thinking of like that's only two other big bosses I can think of. It's like Soldier for the
Fuck.
fire giant guys, and the are they fire giants or are they like fire trolls?
They're fire giants.
Okay.
Jotuns are frost
And
giants.
the ice giant. Yeah,
they're
and they're
all-
ruled by Mir, right?
Huh?
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Mimir.
It's like, isn't it like Y-M? Yeah.
It's
I didn't know
Mimir.
if it was.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the one in the well.
Gotcha.
He's the one that Odin had to give his eye to drink from the well of wisdom.
And then the Dark Elves probably have this guy.
Yeah. There's like Frigg, and there's all
if it
kind
isn't-
of that I just can't name off the top of my head right now. You got Heimdall, but Heimdall is actually dead.
And Heimdall isn't he like he belongs to? Didn't he belong to like the one of the gods?
He
Anyway,
was
'cause
the
he's not like an elf.
he was he's the son of Odin and Frigg. And Frigg went
Okay.
around the whole, 9 realms, asking everybody to everything in existence to not hurt her child, because when it comes to Tyr and Heimdall, they were the complete opposites of each other. Tyr apparently was like a beautiful, like if you looked upon Tyr with your mortal eyes, it would have been like you would have fallen madly in love with him because of the sheer beauty of him. Like he was just an extremely beautiful guy. And Heimdall was like this, apparently was a monstrosity, and that's the reason why Frigg went around the 9 realms and asked everything, but she forgot mistletoe to not harm, making Heimdall effectively. Oh no, this is Boulder I'm talking about. I'm mixing. Okay, I mixed up a few.
Oh yeah, Boulder.
Boulder, yes. Boulder is the one that Frigg went around. Heimdall is the brother of Tyr, and he was the monstrosity and everything, but he was not the invincible one. That was Boulder. Boulder was made invincible, and it was at the thing where all the gods were playing around and just having a laugh with Boulder's new invincibility, that Heimdall was tricked by Loki to throw some mistletoe dart at him and kill him.
Oh.
And that's what led Loki to be imprisoned, and that's what led Loki to be imprisoned by having his sons ripped apart and being tied down with their innards to 3 rocks, and having a snake placed over him and the venom dropping out. And his wife holds a bowl, and every so often when she goes to dump it, the venom drops on his face and he breathes in pain, and that's what causes earthquakes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Loki writhing in pain from the venom being dropped in his eyes.
These are different sons. These are different sons from Finir and Jormungandr.
Boulder and Heimdall and
You said
Tyr are
3,
all
right?
from Frigg and Odin.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I was just saying, like,
yeah.
talking about the
They
sons that
were
ripped
his
apart.
human son, his humanoid son.
Okay.
I should say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think he had twins, and they just fucking ripped them apart.
Who did he have those with?
With his wife.
Did he fuck himself?
With his
that
wife
time?
that holds the bowl.
Okay. Okay. Is she a giantess?
She might be. She might be a
I
Jotun.
know-
Yeah, I
I know
believe
that-
she is a Jotun.
I didn't know if he had multiple, because I know like he.
He doesn't have multiple
hell
wives. He
was
just has
born out
multiple
of a
lovers.
giant?
Oh yeah. Fuck. We got to do a bye-bye, but next episode I'm going
Bye-bye.
to I learned why he gave birth to Sleipnir.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so this will be a bye-bye.
Stay tuned. Bye bye.